the last time, Nyoka, just because you like to start your day with an Irish coffee doesn't mean you need to brew an entire pot of it for the rest of us. Some of us like to wait until at least the afternoon. I need my fix in the morning to get me going. Now then. After all that trouble on Tartarus...
Watch your step, Captain. The floor is wet. Sam recently mopped in here.
Thank you, Ada. That's very kind of you to tell me. I kind of wait until Sam's left the room before I go in one he's been in. I'm still not okay with auto mechanicals, even after all that trouble on Tartarus. We should get back to what we want to be known for, which is being a dashing, roguish, adventurous captain with his loyal, brave, and slightly less dashing crew. I can't have them outshining me now, can I, Ada? Now then. Gorgon. We got a message a while back from the man formerly known as Lucky Montoya, now probably just known as Montoya or Unlucky Montoya, to go to Gorgon and to meet a person called Minnie. Her money's good. Now, Gorgon is a remote asteroid home to marauders, smugglers, and an abandoned Spacer's Choice facility. And it's high time we had a little us time. We do an adventure for ourselves, not for the fate of the entire colony. Now that things are a little bit more stable, we should hop over there. Hop, skip, and a jump. To Ambrose Manor. Mini Ambrose, was it? Either way, we're about to find out. Thank you, Ada. Oh, wow, hello. No, this whole thing can't be Ambrose Manor. Right, okay, so the asteroid is Gorgon. Is that on the left, that smaller one? Is that the manor? I mean, if they own a manor house, I think it's safe to say the message was right and their money is good. Oh, God, I need a fix already. There we go. Right. Who wants to go with me to a dangerous asteroid? I think it's going to be Nyoka and Ellie. I trust Ellie's perspective on things and her opinion, and Nyoka is the sort of person you want to have around on a dangerous planet. And she's used to dealing with dangerous wildlife and marauders. I think that's a pretty clear-cut choice here.
Welcome to Ambrose Manor. We were not expecting company. Please follow. Do not stray from the path.
And you...
Aw, that's no fun.
No, butler? What? No, you can't go down there.
Been there, little guy.
I am certainly not quite so sure about this, because that drinks the butler. That's a mechanical, which, you know I don't like to begin with, but that's not a serving tray on its arm, that's a gun. Or a laser, or some kind of weapon that can hurt me. Right, all aboard. You okay?
Are you upside down?
Query, are you okay? You're not quite as threatening when you're trapped on your back, but I also am a little unnerved by you in general. There's the path to the manor, but what's this? Is this simply a storage platform? That's a big ship. Is that a ship? No, that's not a ship. That's a terraformer. It's not done the best job at terraforming this place. I suppose it's what's creating the atmosphere here, though. Hello. Groundskeeper's Journal Volume 1. Daily routine. Sweep the Tranquility Garden for Mrs. Olivia. Oil the fish for Mr. Harvey. Repeat. When they hired me as a groundskeeper, I assumed there'd be grounds to keep. I'm not even allowed inside the manor. Everyone told me the Ambrose family keeps to themselves, but they're a bunch of hermits. Save for the little one. Guess I ought to find a hobby. Mr. Harvey dropped his keycard in the pond. I'll hold on to it in case he ever comes looking, but I won't go near the house. I wouldn't want to get between Miss Olivia and her research. Her research? Well, we've got a key card to the kitchen. Maybe we should hand that in when we get up there. I don't need a pick or a shovel. Why is that door barred? Do you think we're losing our touch? You two, do you think it's been too long? There's no time like the present.
This unit expresses dismay.
I'm expressing dismay for you and sympathy. But look, I'd help you get back on your feet, but I really don't like auto mechanicals. I don't like being near them, let alone touching them. Sorry, you're on your own. Ask Ellie or Yoka. It's up to them if they want to help you, but I think they've made their choice.
Keep your guard up. Could be all manner of surprises in there.
Oh,
At
I
the
see
very
what you did
least,
there.
There ought to be something worth stealing in there.
Say that, but I see what Yoka did there. All manner of things. I have wandered over here as I saw the pretty lights and I wanted to investigate, but now I think we're just walking on somebody's... What are these called again? These gardens with the sand trails. Tranquility Gardens. Yes, that's it. I remembered all on my own. No help required. That's pretty, though. That's very pretty. That isn't Gorgon, though. I wondered if that was supposed to represent a planet. Or if it simply reflects the night sky. If that's reflecting the stars, that's a beautiful idea. Right, let's not trespass on the Tranquility Garden any longer. I expect one of the robot butlers is going to have to take care of that. Or the groundskeeper. That's a point. Where is the groundskeeper? Oh. I definitely don't like this. This is just a little bit tacky. This can't be what the wealthy find appealing. If they had actual money, surely they'd have an actual pond of salt tuna. Rather than these children's rides on rails. Nyoka, if you have too much to drink, I'd better not find you out here riding one. Or sprawled out on either the Tranquility Garden or in that pond. At least there's no water in it, you can't hurt yourself. That's a contain... We are getting awfully distracted, considering that we're supposed to be walking right up. Because who's not going to notice the fact that a giant ship's just landed on their landing pad away from the manor? They know we're here. Just whoever we're here to meet is going to be watching us out the window. I don't even want anything in here. I'd rather just save my mag picks. Yeah, we've definitely been seen stomping up the path, going in all sorts of sheds and shacks. There's another container. Look, if the watch just waiting for this long, they can watch and wait us for another 5 minutes. Here we go, mag pick, weapon parts. Suppose we can take that to disassemble or sell. I think it's safe to say they probably don't have more security mechanicals, otherwise they'd have probably sent them out to meet us. Unless Lucky Montoya told them to expect us. Oh. How long ago did he send this message? Because I don't think their money's good anymore. For a posh manor, it is awfully run down.
Okay, maybe not.
I take it back. Ain't nothing here but memories.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the money anymore, are you? Oh, it's staffed by mechanicals. Hello? No, okay, no, it's fine. What about you? No, okay, no, it's fine too. See, this is what I expect from a butler bot. It's got a tray, not a gun. Hello? Anyone? Oh. There's another food service mechanical. Death certificate, Olivia Ambrose. Miss Wilhelmina Ambrose. This certificate affirms that you are the sole inheritor of the Ambrose estate, having drafted, filed, indexed, stamped, and unstamped the necessary forms to declare your mother legally deceased. Congratulations and condolences. This has been a long time coming. Even without access to your full inheritance, you have grown the Ambrose fortunes beyond the firm's wildest dreams. Bailey Clark, estate manager. Wilhelmina Ambrose. Mina as in Minnie? Mina Ambrose? Have I just simply misheard the name and he said Wilhelmina Ambrose? Legally deceased. That's an interesting definition there. It makes me think that they're not deceased at all. I really do not care for the Spacer's Choice decor. If I ever get stained glass windows in my home like that, smash them. Domestic automechanical routines. Logs. Recent activity. Offense ID 37727, 37726. Okay, so they're going most recent to oldest. Let's start at the bottom. Corruption detected in earlier logs, omitting corrupted entries. User O. Ambrose activated dinner time protocol. Meal was Forced roast. User H. Ambrose activated dinner time protocol. Meal was Tripicale salad. User O. Ambrose activated dinner time protocol. Meal was woolly loaf. Routine maintenance logs omitted. Oh, it's a huge skip. It goes from 3148 to 37725. User W. Ambrose, Wilhelmina Ambrose, presumably. Oh, and O. Ambrose will be Olivia Ambrose, of course. Attempted to log into system, 2 tries remaining, 1 try remaining. Attempted to log in, final attempt failed. Locking terminal for 5 days. Is she not able to use her own terminals, even though she inherited? Pantry list. Last automated check was error, null date define. Sold tuna fillets, stock is spoiled, please replenish. Woolly cow steak, mock apples, stock is spoiled, please replenish. Boston beans, 13 cans remaining, and mock apple shake, 9 bottles remaining. I think we've been had. There's no money to be had here other than, well, not at all. There's a mystery to be had. And what appears to be a secret door. Before we go down there, I think we should check the rest of the house. Not getting through this door. Right. Make a note of the secret door in the kitchen. Oh, sorry. Don't freak me out. Can you not knock things over? That spooked me for a moment. Makes me feel like we're being watched. Maybe we weren't being watched from the windows after all. Spacer's Choice giant needle. Oh, hello. Somebody's been trying to force their way in there. I'm going to assume if Wilhelmina doesn't have access to the dinner protocols, I reckon she doesn't have a lot of access to the house overall. I'm gonna presume this was Wilhelmina's room. At least her childhood room. Dearest mother and father, I've paced the halls of this gilded cage long enough. Since you won't permit me to help the family business, I'm leaving to start a business of my own. Am I too young for such ambitions? Perhaps, but that is the risk you take when you fashion a daughter in your image. Byzantium will welcome me with open arms. Won't that be a new sensation? If I ever return, it'll be to claim my rightful spot at the head of this family. Minnie. Oh. So there's a grudge there between Minnie and her family. A music box. Glacial water, sure grip, we'll take it. Does Minnie even live here? Did her family pass away and did she not find out for a long, long time? Master bedroom key, 150. Hang on, I have a fix. Yeah, we are way off getting in there. As much as I would love to, we're gonna have to need to find a key card rather than hack our way in. You must be Minnie.
Is that you, Lucky? Huh? Apparently not. Oh, join me for a drink, Mr. Whoever you are.
Have you not heard about what's happened to Lucky? Or Unlucky, really?
So who the devil are you?
Who the devil am I? Who the devil are you? Look at those eyebrows. You must have a steady hand to style those. I am Gavin, captain of the Unreliable.
You don't say. Well, make yourself at home, Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence. I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass. To Gorgon.
So, Gorgon. Oh, you want to toast the asteroid, though. You seem to have a lot of strong feelings regarding the asteroid. Now, let's not offend our new employer, or prospective employer. To Gorgon.
To Gorgon. May cosmic winds shepherd her to the nearest star.
Preferably without me on it, but cheers.
I'm Wilhelmina Ambrose, but you can keep it short and call me Minnie. Now, what brings you to my house, handsome? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company.
Well, with flattery like that, you're certainly pleasant. I'm here about the severed arm.
A severed arm? How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop?
Yes, that I do. I could ask if the name Lucky Montoya means anything to you, but you did assume I was lucky when I first turned up. But, at the arm, it belongs to, well, we presume it belongs to Lucky Montoya. It came with a portable phonograph that mentioned you by name, recorded by Lucky himself.
Really? Huh. Now this severed limb, did it have dark hair? Rugged knuckles? Chewed fingernails? A gunslinger's calluses?
I can't say I looked that closely at it, to be honest. It was a bit kind of, well, in the process of rotting. It was a severed arm. It was a bit grotesque.
The next time someone mails you a severed limb, you really ought to pay better attention. I can only think of one man daring enough to jettison his extremities on my behalf. Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical. Always staring into space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles.
He's definitely not doing that anymore.
No.
But if something happened to him... Oh dear.
His hairy knuckles.
I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now?
And I suppose you'll be on the market for a new freelancer. So I suppose we could come to some sort of arrangement before long, but... Big question first of all. I'm going to assume you sent him to Gorgon. Any idea what might have wanted him dead? And also what might have wanted to sever his arm and pass on his message to me?
You suspect foul play? Interesting. If we're being honest, I haven't given it much thought. What
No.
a time for his luck to run out. We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback.
If I was more intelligent, I'd say you wanted someone to finish whatever Lucky started, but... His recording did mention a high-stakes job, but you did sure get over that bad news fast, considering he was your personal freelancer and you seem to be familiar with all his little habits, like spinning a bullet around his hairy knuckles.
That's called a defense mechanism. I don't get attached to others if I can avoid it. Try it sometime. How would you
That's
like
not
to be my
healthy.
new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
Remember, play hard to get.
Yep.
That's negotiation.
Yep, I'm with you, Ellie.
You're awful quick to trust a bunch of strangers that broke into your home.
I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing
That's me.
scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands.
Oh, that might be me. Big question. How likely am I to wind up your old freelancer? Because all the flattery, you know, I do like having my ego fluffed up a bit. And I must say, I am probably one of the best in the business. I mean, you probably heard about all that business down on Tartarus not long ago if you pay attention to the news. But I am also concerned about not knowing what I'm getting into.
The man lost an arm. What are the odds of that happening twice? Of course, Gorgon is a treacherous place, and my own family's involvement with it has been fraught. Allow me to lay out the facts, and you can decide for yourself if you want to be my chief investigator.
Right, sounds
My
fair.
mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field, until tragedy struck.
I can't say I'm surprised. Spacer's Choice is one big accident waiting to happen.
I wish I could say otherwise. One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home. I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud. Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying.
Right. So, younger you struck out on your own, feeling rather oppressed by your family. However, that's not to say you didn't care about them. What did they say about her exactly? What was Project Gorgon?
Everything you can imagine and more. Dereliction of duty, circulating anti-corporate memos, taking longer than average coffee breaks.
Oh,
The list
guilty.
goes on. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it.
I suppose that explains why this manor is all derelict and run down too. So it's not your family fortune, it is your own self-made fortune. You're a self-made woman. What did you send Lucky to find? Oh, actually, I would quite like to know more about your mother, but I want to ask all of these questions. Let's start with what you sent Lucky to find. Why you sent him back down there? I'm going to assume it's to do with about what really happened, and evidence to say your mother wasn't involved.
The truth. Mother is gone, Gorgon is silent, and I deserve answers.
Answers to what end? I mean closure, most likely. It's most likely closure. I'm going to assume it is closure. Not knowing what happened to your mother and having her name dragged about in the mud by some mega corporation can't be pleasant.
That will depend on what we learn. The scope of this cover-up is enormous. Whatever Spacer's Choice is hiding could bring ruin down on their heads. Or it could just be another dead end. We won't know till we look, will we?
But also, it could be more of a vendetta against Spacer's Choice. Perhaps you don't particularly care about your mother or your family. Maybe you're just angry about the collapse of your family, and you want revenge on Spacer's Choice for making that happen. Can you tell me about your mother?
I admired Mother, but we weren't close. She disapproved of everything about me, really. I couldn't measure up to her example. She didn't make time for us. I remember thinking that she never wanted a child, and never forgave me for being one, naive and irresponsible as I was.
Us. I mean, it sounds a little familiar, Ellie, but I don't think we should probably poke that hornet's nest. I mean, I am sorry for you, but I suppose you've got to go through the process of declaring her legally dead if she's gone missing and presumed dead. I mean, is there another side to that story?
I see you got a head start on the investigation. Exploring my home, reading my documents. What else, I wonder? You're very good at this, Captain.
Yeah, that did actually give the
I
game
have
away.
my reasons for that legal formality. If you're interested in the job, you might just find out why.
Might you just tell me the details of the job? Did you two ever get along at any point?
We got close once. When I was a child, I enjoyed looking over Mother's shoulder, playing backseat chemist while she peered into a microscope. One day, she told me to leave before I broke something. Then, I got mad and broke something. Typical night in the Ambrose house. Mother and Gorgon were made for each other. I had the misfortune to be stuck in the middle.
I mean, perhaps the research was important. She didn't want you to break something, hurt yourself, and kind of your volatility pushed you apart. I'm not saying that, you know, you're the reason you didn't have a relationship. It sounds like her work pulled her away from you. You know, you're both seemingly equally to blame for what's happened. Tell me, what do you think happened on Gorgon? Have you any idea what she was researching it?
I don't know. And Spacer's Choice won't say. They don't discuss anything that tarnishes their brand. Gorgon has a dark history. The project fell apart. Personnel were shuffled across the system. With Mother gone, now I'm all that's left.
Really does reek of a cover-up. And where was your father in all of this? You said that she didn't have time, your mother this is, she didn't have time for us. Was that your father included?
Father lost more than his job on Gorgon. I'll say no more than that. The asteroid may look like a glittering jewel, but I assure you the resemblance ends there. Gorgon is poisonous to the core. One might even say cursed. I need your help, Captain. Project Gorgon killed Mother and disgraced the Ambrose name, and no one has been held accountable. Spacer's Choice buried the past like a dirty secret.
Well, I must ask, are you interested in justice, revenge, or both?
Neither. It's vindication I want. Whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault. I simply need the evidence to prove it. We're going to drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation to Spacer's Choice. All the evidence I need should be in Mother's journal. You can find it in her office on Gorgon, in the heart of the old research facility.
That seems too straightforward. Why haven't you sent Lucky Montoya after that journal already? Or did you? And that's why his severed arm is in my cargo hold. I mean, I don't want to make any promises until I've seen Gorgon myself, but danger, corporate intrigue, this is my kind of job.
I admire your enthusiasm. This manor has echoed with my ennui, and I can feel you breathing new life into the walls. When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness from squirming in through the cracks.
Corporate lockdown? Wait, hang on a minute. What can I expect to face on Gorgon? Exactly.
I've never understood why, but Gorgon is teeming with marauders. They almost seem drawn to sorrow and misfortune. Then there's the test subjects. Those who survived, anyway.
Test subjects.
Ravenous creatures left behind like so much salvage.
Could the Marauders be people who were left behind too? The more I hear about this asteroid, I must say, the worse it sounds.
Perhaps we should cut the Q&A short in that case. I don't want
Nope.
you having second thoughts.
No, I like
There's a little
questions.
saloon near Gorgon's landing pad. The Sprat Shack. Lucky was renting a room. So if you want to follow his trail, that would be the place to start.
I think I've heard of that place. Cheap whiskey, rough crowd. You'll love it.
Ought to stop in and taste the local flavor.
Just so
Well,
we
gets around
understand
amongst
each other,
spaces then.
money is no object. I'm willing to squander the family fortune if you get me what I want. Between your payment and any salvage you happen across, you'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound?
Gotta say, it sounds pretty damn good. I do prefer my ship, but I suppose with that amount of money we could probably do up the Unreliable and turn it into the Reliable. What is the catch, though? There is usually a catch. What do you stand to gain? I know you want vindication, you want the truth, but there's gotta be more to it than that. If you're willing to give up your entire fortune... there's something here. I think you want Space's choice. I think that's what this is about. What is the catch, then?
The catch? No one's ever done this before, and the only person who tried is a corpse. Believe me, that's enough. Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels.
Thank you, I'll be in touch. No, I'm not going to pass on my condolences. I don't think she... Actually, for the sake of seeing her reaction... You know, maybe you don't need to hear this from me, but I am sorry about your mother.
Spacer's choice should be the one apologizing, but... Thank you. Sincerely. A word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one.
Not
Mother's
even you?
office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility. You're free to salvage anything that isn't nailed down. I only want what's mine.
Salvage rights and a paycheck? This is almost too good to be true.
You know what I
It's
say
not
about
theft
that?
if she's giving us permission.
Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Right, before we leave, we're just going to have a wander around, see if we can turn up anything else that Lucky might have missed. God, she really is just sat watching. Obsessed with Gorgon. Now then, let us quickly put a lot of points into lockpicking. Lockpicking speed has increased to be nearly instant. Apply that. I'm gonna try hold off on having a fix until I really can't stand it anymore. 'Cause being an addict, it's not good news. It's not fun. It's not something to aspire for at all. Oh, what an interesting effect on the sink. Where's the tap? Is that the tap? That rectangle there? How do you turn it on? Is that a sensor? I think I've got more important things to do than trying to figure out how that sink works.